a catastrophe so severe it threatens to change the lives of millions. Let's unravel a story that's been overlooked, yet it holds the power to disrupt lives on an unprecedented scale this winter. To create dismay for homeowners, real estate costs simply keep going up. Nothing seems to be able to stop the ongoing increase in housing values, not even the highest mortgage rates in almost 23 years. What do you think might be the reason for housing market prices in the past few years? The most recent S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index shows that prices rose again in August, rising 2.6%, more than double the increase from July and marking the 7th consecutive month of gains. The National Association of Realtors says that as of October 2023, median home prices were up more than 3% over the previous year, marking the 4th consecutive month of year-over-year gains and becoming another indication of continuous increases. However, a housing recession can undo some of the excessive increases in property prices. Hence, this became true in late 2022 when the US housing market had finally begun to slow down and home values were ready for correction. However, an odd thing happened en route to the collapse of the housing market. Property values began to rise once more. According to NAR data, existing house median sale prices are almost at all-time highs. Moreover, the October 2023 median of $391,800 is the highest for October ever recorded, albeit behind the all-time high of $413,800. According to Lawrence Yun, chief economist at NAR, the housing recession is virtually gone. Imagine you have a plan to buy a home in the future in your favorite spot, surrounded by greenery and the sound of nature. You started saving money for the dream come true. However, you identified that as time passed, there was an uneven increase in prices. In the end, the housing market became a nightmare. Even when mortgage rates shot up to 8% in October, their highest levels in over 23 years, home values remained stable. However, the shortage of available houses is the problem. With only a 3.6-month supply according to NAR's October report, inventories are still incredibly low. Head of lending company New American Funding, Rick Arviello, predicted no drop in home prices and added that the inventory is simply insufficient. The head economist at Zillow, Skylar Olson, concurs on the mismatch between supply and demand. As per her most recent prediction, house prices would continue to climb until 2024. Hence, this is good news for sellers, but it's not so good for first-time buyers who are finding it hard to become homeowners. Olson states, "We're not in that space where goods are going to be more inexpensive all of a sudden. Actually, we've observed the exact reverse lately." The October 2023 Housing Market Trends report from Realtor.com states that rising mortgage rates have raised the monthly cost of financing a typical home by 7.4% from the previous year. That's $166 more each month in payments than what a buyer would have received in October of last year. So, even if you plan for an EMI plan for your dream home, there is still an additional expense. Housing economists and analysts concur that any market correction is probably going to be small in light of all of this. Moreover, nobody anticipates price reductions comparable to those that occurred during the Great Recession. So, if you watched the video, you might have a question in mind. Is the housing market going to crash? Are the higher costs a symptom of a crash? Well, let's see. Since there are still more buyers than sellers, a significant drop in price is not possible. Title Insurance First American Financial Corporation's senior economist Mark Fleming states that there is simply not enough supply. There are more individuals than there are available homes, and it's 101 Econ. The market has been distorted, according to Dave Liniger, the founder of the real estate company RE/MAX, by the significant increase in mortgage rates. Many prospective homeowners have been waiting for mortgage rates to go down, but if they do, a wave of new purchasers may enter the market and drive up the cost of homes. According to Liniger, you have a generation of unmet needs. The interesting situation we find ourselves in is one of extreme demand and insufficient inventories. There will be another boom and bust cycle when interest rates do begin to decline. The American housing market appeared utterly exciting between 2005 and 2007, but then home values fell with terrible results. The world economy entered the worst downturn since the Great Depression when the real estate bubble burst. We are eager to know how you managed to overcome the Great Depression. Were you forced to leave your comfort zone during this period? And how hard was it for you? Do share them in the comments. Buyers and homeowners are wondering when the housing market will crash because the current housing boom is now in jeopardy due to rising mortgage rates and the possibility of a recession. Housing experts concur that there won't be a crash, though as prices may drop, it won't be to the same extent as they did during the Great Recession. Moreover, the personal balance sheets of homeowners are noticeably stronger now than they were 15 years ago, which is one clear distinction between the two periods. The typical homeowner with a mortgage has excellent credit, a significant amount of home equity, and a fixed-rate mortgage with a rate locked in at less than 5%. In fact, 82.4% of all current homeowners have a mortgage locked in at less than 5%, citing a recent Redfin research. Furthermore, builders have been careful in their pace of construction since they are all too familiar with the effects of the Great Recession. As a result, there is a persistent lack of available properties. Are there any alternative materials that appeared in construction homes after the Great Depression? Cementer blocks, a type of concrete masonry unit, gained popularity since they were inexpensive and simple to utilize. Moreover, they were frequently utilized for building basements and residential foundations. Yun states, "We just don't have enough inventory." Will there be a drop in price in some markets? Indeed. However, it is quite doubtful that there would be another 30% price drop given the lack of supplies. However, from another perspective, following the Federal Reserve's anti-inflation interest rate hikes drove up mortgage rates and hence demand began to decline. In fact, the rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage more than doubled, hovering around 6 to 7% for the year. Buyer demand has decreased as a result of rising mortgage rates. However, the lack of property supply has kept prices high, mainly because homeowners are unwilling to exchange their sub-4% fixed mortgages for the exorbitant ones of today. There aren't many homes available, so buyers don't have much power to bargain for a lower price. As a result, the housing market is now stuck at a standstill rather than declining sharply. Vice President of the mortgage website HSH.com, Keith Gumbinger, argues that at the moment, people are more interested in what the Fed plans to do than what it actually does. He said, "While not insignificant, another quarter-point boost at this time won't significantly alter the overall situation because a large portion of the harm caused by higher interest rates has already been done or is in the process of being done." According to Gumbinger, the most important factors are the length of time policymakers want to maintain high rates and the start date of rate reductions. The real estate industry is seeing a construction boom rather than a housing catastrophe as home builders perceive a chance to meet the demand for housing that isn't being fulfilled by the dilapidated listings for existing homes. So, what are the points that you should keep in mind if you have plans for purchasing a house in 2024? Purchasing a home is a very personal choice, regardless of the market. To determine your monthly housing costs based on your down payment, use a mortgage calculator. However, according to experts, this is probably not the best home buying method if you're trying to project what might occur in the upcoming year. If you have the option, change careers or work from home in an area with less housing costs. Also, prepare everything ahead of time so that you can move quickly. Assess your financial status, collect necessary paperwork, compare lenders, and improve your credit score. Moreover, regularly check listings and prices to outperform the competition. Finally, you should be aware of the amount of your monthly payment, including taxes, and how well it fits into your spending plan. As we conclude today's episode, it's clear that the situation with the housing collapse is both alarming and deeply concerning. Millions of Americans are facing unprecedented challenges this winter, and if you're as concerned about this situation as we are, give this video a like and share it with your friends and family. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember your voice and actions can make a difference.